All right, it is Super Bowl Sunday. Let me get my thoughts recorded, uploaded, time-stamped, and I'll wake up sometime before kickoff, hopefully. My prediction, my pick for the 2022 Super Bowl is the Cincinnati Bengals, but with the most hesitation and the least confidence out of any Super Bowl pick that I've ever made, and I'm like 14-1, something like that. I go all the way back to like 2006. I took the Giants to beat Tom Brady. I remember taking Tom Brady to beat the Seahawks, and I lucked out on that one. I took the Eagles. I took the Steelers. I took the Packers. Took the Chiefs. It all worked out. Last year was the first year I failed. When I took Mahomes to repeat, I thought the Chiefs would go back-to-back. I went against Brady because I've gone for him and against him, and this time it failed. And Tom Brady absolutely embarrassed Mahomes. So for the second straight year, it's a veteran quarterback going up against a young buck, a young cocky quarterback. But last year it was like, supposed to be the next Brady in Mahomes. And so this time it's a veteran quarterback, Stafford, going up against Burrow. And yeah, I don't have tons of confidence in Burrow. I don't like his cockiness. A lot of people don't like that he, smoking cigar and all that. Shows his confidence, but it's like he might be humbled the way that Mahomes has now been humbled for 2 straight years. I'm taking Bengals with the points, though. I can't justify taking Bengals money line. I want to get that extra value, but it's like if I wasn't willing to take Brady money line last year, that was the same situation. Brady was 3-4 point dogs last year, and I went against him. So how am I going to go with an inferior quarterback, Burrow, straight up, without at least the points helping me? So I think it's coming down to a field goal. A lot of the games have been field goal games, a lot of these playoff games. And that 4 points is going to come in handy. They're going to lose by a couple. So I don't know if the Bengals are actually going to win the Super Bowl. But in the sports betting world, which is what my yearly Super Bowl pick is based off, I win every year going with either the favorite money line or the underdog with the points. I don't take the favorite and have to give points. That's just stupid. That's like fantasy world. They're not playing for that. But when you get to add points, that's just a cherry on top. So hopefully the Bengals finish off this miracle run, and Joe Burrow's capable of doing it. Maybe he won't be fazed by the pressure. Maybe he'll be stoned like he always looks. Maybe he'll just be on something, so he's not going to get nervous or something. But most likely, maybe he's going to feel nervous. But Stafford, he's not that good. He has a bad touchdown to interception ratio in the playoffs, so he might fail. Burrow might fail. It's just a crapshoot of a game. Honestly, this Super Bowl, I am the least interested in it, and if you're making me pick, I'm going with the Bengals. So that's my pick on the record. But just to put this in perspective, last year when I banked on the Chiefs repeating, I put $8,000 on that, and I was wrong. The year before that, I put like $5,000 when they did win the Super Bowl. And this year, had the Chiefs gone to the Super Bowl again for the 3rd straight year, I was ready to put $50,000 on it. I really, 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 really wanted the excuse to just double down, triple down, quadruple down, and put $50,000 on the Chiefs. I thought if the Chiefs got to the Super Bowl this year, there's no way in hell that Mahomes would fail again, because the motivating factor of him redeeming himself would have been so great. But seeing his tweet after his new collapse this year against the Bengals, against Burrow, makes me think, you know what, maybe he's not so humiliated, not so embarrassed. Because he was just like, oh, we'll get him next year. This one hurts. We'll get him next year. It's like, yeah, didn't last year to Brady really hurt too? And now he's just saying the same kind of generic thing. So, but I'm telling you, if it was Chiefs Rams, I would have put $50,000 on the Chiefs to beat the Rams. Like, without a doubt, I would have driven to Vegas. I would have thrown it down. It would have been my biggest Super Bowl bet ever. But instead, I'm so disinterested in this game and so unsure about this game. I don't even want to drive to Vegas. So I'm going to put a $2,000 bet in online. And I'm going with Joe Burrow to finish this Cinderella season. Got the B for Bitcoin, for Bartiromo. My dad loves Cincinnati Reds in baseball. It would have been a nice feel-good story to see the Chiefs win again for my late father. But, hey, Mahomes choked. Mahomes absolutely collapsed again for the second straight year. This time before the Super Bowl. And it's because of his fiancée, Brittany Lynn. If you saw this 2 weeks ago, the whole world was rooting against the Chiefs because of how annoying his brother and his wife are. It was absolutely unbelievable. So Joe Burrow and the Bengals completed the miracle win as 7-point dogs, and how they did it late in the game, it was just shocking. It's really, you got to start thinking of like some paranormal activity or some weird universe intervening, because the Chiefs became the villains because of her, because of how she's an attention-seeking whore nobody that just inserts herself as taking Patrick Mahomes' spotlight, thinking it's all about her. But yeah, it's these two people, the TikTok brother who tried to put a small bar out of business, and he got roasted for it. Hey, you're a nobody that's just living off your brother's fame, and she goes without speaking. So the Chiefs collapsed, and they got eliminated before getting the Super Bowl, before I could get my revenge, my redemption. I wanted to totally make up for last year's loss of $8,000 betting the Chiefs, despite her and the negative thoughts that millions of people cast into the universe and strike down upon Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs because of her. I was going to go with the Chiefs this year and go so huge on the Chiefs against the Rams or the 49ers, whoever they played, because Mahomes' redemption factor of wanting to make up for his embarrassing loss to Brady. But it is not to be because of her. So I was like conflicted. Like she made me hate her so much that I even was like, you know what? I kind of want to see the Chiefs lose just so she can't run her mouth and the whole world is spared of her antics for the next couple weeks until next year. So that's that. And so, yeah, just to put stuff in perspective, I'm just going to put this is uncirculated, awesome, brand new money, by the way. You can never spend money that is so perfect like this. I'm going to put $2,000. That's all. I'm just going to MoneyGram and put $2,000 online on the Chiefs. I wish. I would put $50,000 on the Chiefs if they were in the Super Bowl this year. I'm just so used to putting money on the Chiefs Super Bowls. I thought it would be the third straight year. But Joe Burrow and the Bengals, along with the universe helping them because of Brittany Lynn, knocked Mahomes out. So what am I left with? I'm left with a rookie, basically a rookie that's too cocky, and he's going to make mistakes. He's not polished like Mahomes. He's not as good as Mahomes. He's an inferior quarterback to Mahomes. And the Rams are the evil empire, and they are stacked, and they have the veteran quarterback. So for the second straight year, is Stafford going to be like the Brady, and he's like Mahomes and going to beat him? I mean, the Rams don't deserve this. They brought him in. They bought him. They bought Odell Beckham, who's a quitter, who makes one fancy catch a year and then doesn't seem to play any more games. I don't know how many games he's played in the last 10 years. Seems like he averages a couple games a year. He doesn't deserve a championship. He kind of does maybe, but he has a horrible playoff record of 6 touchdowns and 3, 4, 5 interceptions. I don't even know, but he played for the shitty Lions. Maybe he's due to win. Maybe the evil empire is going to be given a win. But for the most part, the Los Angeles evil empires always lose. For real. They lose. Most of the time, the Los Angeles Dodgers, the LA Lakers, they lose. You take away the pandemic championships, and the Dodgers haven't won a World Series since 1986 because there are a bunch of Hollywood prima donnas that they get bad karma. They try to buy championships. Lakers haven't won since Kobe. Because again, the pandemic championship was nothing. It's not impressive. So yeah, more times than not, the LA Empires, they lose, and this is just so weird how everyone's jumping on this LA bandwagon when it wasn't even an LA team a couple years ago. It was the St. Louis Rams, right? So it's just so funny. So there's a lot of reasons to root against the Rams, and for example, like, what does this even mean?
I'm a huge fan of Al Michaels. Kindred to me, fan of Al Michaels. And because stars are aligning, I'm gonna tell you why else. Because Al Michaels is doing the game, and I'm a huge fan of Al Michaels.
All right, so Al Michaels is doing the game, but he always does the game. It's his 11th Super Bowl, so it's not rare, it's not unique, it's not like what a coincidental thing even. He does it all the time, he does it every year. So yeah, he's going to be in LA because he's doing the halftime show, which I'm excited to see. The Lose Yourself, I grew up with his music, things like that. But as a person, hate him. And he makes no sense as to why the Rams are going to win. But yeah, he's doing this interview, and he has all the money he has because of all the people he insulted, thriving off it, insulting and hurting groups of people, anyone and everyone he could. And it's just so hypocritical that then he was so offended at Trump doing the same thing, offending, insulting people. It acts not even intentionally. He did it intentionally for money. Trump just does it because he's an old guy, just just with no filter. And he got so mad and so offended because he's a Democrat snowflake. So as a person, I just can't stand him. And then, so it's a reason to root against him and his pick and his LA connections. And then you got Drake, who he can't just take a time out a little while longer after helping kill 8 people with Travis Scott a couple months ago. He's got to flex and show off his $1.5 million bet on the Rams. All bets are in on the family. Why are the Rams your family? The Rams weren't even in LA until a year or two ago, right? They were in St. Louis. Now they're your family. Isn't the Toronto Raptors your family? Aren't you from Canada? So I guess he's just talking about some LA, rapper gang crew kind of thing. And a thing that annoys me about him flexing is he doesn't even allow for conversation. Comments are on this post are limited. Even with a verified NewsBall account, can't comment it. He only allows his little elite group of people that validate him to comment, and then he limits it. And yeah, the only people commenting are the verified people in his little entourage crew. So that's annoying. That's a bitch move. And just posting this, flexing this, seriously, it's a bitch move as well. Who the hell is that? Just because it's really, how about an over-under on how many people are going to die at your next concert? So yeah, okay, hopefully, this is something to root against. Hopefully he'll lose his 1.5 mil. Hopefully all the bandwagon LA people will be sad. It's something to root against. And Eminem, hopefully he'll be sad about it. And hopefully all these players on the Evil Empire Rams aren't going to get their ring because Odell Beckham doesn't deserve it. If you're playing in LA, you got bad karma coming for the most part. Stafford, you can't really, I don't know, he's a veteran and he's kind of suffered his whole career with the Lions. But another thing, Joe Burrow, the opposite of Brittany Lynn. 5 things to know about Burrow and his girlfriend. She's actually there's nothing to not like about her. She looks like she exudes humble vibes. The opposite of Brittany Lynn is she looks like she belongs in a rap video, shaking her ass, where obviously this just looks like a nice couple that you can root for. So for a bunch of random weird reasons, I'm going to put down a couple grand. Again, last year Chiefs, I was way more confident the Chiefs were going to win, and it failed me. Put 8K on that. The year before that, I put 5K on. But yeah, I'm used to being really sure about my pick. And this year, for the first time, I'm not sure about my pick. But you're forcing me to make a pick. I'm going Bengals +4. It's going to be a close game, probably a field goal game. And that's my pick because I'm being forced to make a pick for my record. And there we go. Cincinnati Bengals.